pop-up, and we're doing a pork stir fry thing with blackberry miso glaze, and of course some stir fry vegetables over the top of some rice. And good God, why? I turned the audio off and it does it anyway. Anyhow, so this is kind of an Asian-y sort of thing. If it's not your thing, it's okay. You could do something else. You could do like teriyaki sauce or whatever. So, why don't we get to it?
There is a cozy little kitchen in a historic old farmhouse, deep in the shadows of Mount Rainier of the rainy Pacific Northwest. This is where the Munchie Mafia meets on YouTube for an amazing hour two of streaming magic, mystery and mischief, where a kitchen witch weaves a little bit of magic over a cast iron pot upon her stove. She whispers a spell into the universe as the pop bubbles over, spilling her brew. Yeah. Oh my, oh my, oh my, Chef CV. Whoa. Watching chat along with CV and her friends tonight. It doesn't matter, there's thousands of miles between any of us. YouTube brings us closer together, one laughy laugh at a time. Yeah. Whiskey, whisk, a mystery, scary stir up, mischief, bakey, bake up, whimsy, and some laughy laughs. The townspeople think CV is a little strange, a quirky weirdo, and maybe a bit crazy, but she pays no mind to the subdued whispers that she's passes by with her ginger familiar, following close behind. Oh my, oh my, oh my, Chef CB, what's cooking? A little dash of love here, a tiny pinch of passion there, with the stirry stir of the mystical wooden spoon. CV makes magic to warm the restless soul. Oh my, Chef CV, what's cooking? What's cooking? What's cooking? What's cooking?
All right, so starting from the bottom and working our way up, we got Brandon of Palm Beach, YouTube Police, Cindy Dogwood Cottage, Greg Johnson, Desert Livin', Shade Tree Cook, and Katie's Kitchen, and let's see here, who else do we have? We have Desert Livin'. I think I already said Desert Living. I don't remember anyway. So, Ace Howdy, and Tim Mitchell, of course. Sarah Prestwood. And Damoose is also here. And I'm still scrolling. Devil Dog, ooh, rah. Devil Dog. And Miss Taro D. All right. Well, I forgot to edit the intros, so my apologies if you did not see your name up in the new memberships. I'm going to work on that, and I'll promise I'll have it on Sunday. But thank you all so very much, those that are new members to the Munchie Mafia. Much appreciated. Muchas gracias. So, hey, Jamie. And Jamie's also here, too. So, what do we have? Hey, Arlene. What we have here is pork, country-style pork spare ribs. It's been cut into bite-sized pieces. This is boneless now. These really aren't spare ribs. They're actually cuts of off the pork shoulder, or the and they basically call it country-style pork spare ribs. These ones are boneless, of course. And what I did was I cut them into cubes. We're going to give it a little bit of salt because we're going to also give it some soy sauce and let it get all nice and happy. We want some Thai paste also. This just came out of the freezer. I love this stuff because if I'm not going to use it for a couple weeks, I could just pitch it in the freezer and it squirts out just fine. So Thai paste. We're going to give it some ginger paste as well. It looks gross. It looks like baby poop coming out, but that's okay. And soy sauce. There's a lot of salt in soy sauce, so you don't want to put too much of the regular salt. What, Timmy?
Talking to the dog.
Oh, you're talking to the dogs. Okay. Massage that all in there, okay? Massage, massage, massage. And tell it that it owes you $75 an hour. Anyway. So I got the wok out, and I know what's going to happen. You people are going to be like throwing the wok jokes. Yeah, that was fun. That was pretty funny. I'll try to pay better attention, Devil Dog, to the chat. And here's Tiger. He'll be back in a few minutes because we are kind of encroaching on his TV viewing time with his posse over there. All right. Smells nice and fragrant, right? Right, it does. Okay, there. Now next, we're going to let that get happy for a little bit. And just stick it on over here so it gets out of the way. I've got rice in the little pot behind me on the back burner. And what we have here is some blackberries. We got 3 containers of these, plus I got some for garnish, because garnish. So what do we do with this? Well, I'm going to show you. Miso paste does not generally go bad if you keep it in the refrigerator. It can basically live back there indefinitely. It doesn't grow anything in the refrigerator. We're going to put a pretty good clump of that in there. That's about 2 tablespoons right there. We're going to add a little bit of this chili garlic crunch oil. I'm going to actually add a little smidge of that oil in there, as well as some of the goodie that's also in there. Now be very careful with this stuff because it does stain clothes. So in other words, don't fling it at people like a poo-flinging monkey, okay? Ding, ding, ding. Round 2. All right. Don't wipe it on anything either. Get a towel, like everybody else in civilized society, right? Okay. Now, wow, that was a little aggressive. We're going to get some white sugar. And we're going to do 2/3 of a cup of white sugar. Right on in there. Get rid of that. I can just see myself stick my elbow down in there and my nice... Oh, woo, woo, woo. Stop it.
Leave it alone.
So poor Rufus, Sir Rufus McFluffybutt,
Is no more.
is no more a fluffy butt. The poor thing had to go to the groomer um, yesterday to get shaved. And I'll show you the poor little bugger. You never realize just how horrible a kitty cat looks until you've given him a lion cut. So this poor little guy got a lion cut, and the girls are kind of freaking out because he doesn't smell like Rufus. He smells like I just went to the groomer and they made me smell a little pretty. So, but he's not feeling very fabulous these days. Okay, so this is sugarcane vinegar. This is actually a Filipino thing. We're going to give it a splash of that, about 1 cup of that. And then we're going to get some balsamic vinegar. And this one's vanilla fig because vanilla fig. I'm going to use the rest of it. This stuff is really super duper expensive, but it's okay. All right, so 2 different acids are in it. One's a sweeter acid. The other one is not so sweet. We're going to put it on the stove. We're going to bring it to a boil. And then we're just going to reduce it to get it to relax and get a little jiggy. We're going to stir all this together because this is going to be a glaze. But you want to keep an eye on it because all that sugar, if you let it overcook, what'll happen is it'll be molten lava burnt to the bottom of your pan that you'll never be able to clean out. You'll scrub and scrub and scrub and scrub at it, and it doesn't come out, and you end up ultimately throwing the pot away. And this pot is actually older than my oldest biological child. So I'd like for it to live to see another day because I love this pot. I don't even think they even make this pot anymore. This is a Belgique brand. I don't think they exist anymore. Or at least every time I go to look, it's like I can't find them. Okay, stir it. Let it work its magic. Make sure you got the right burner on. And we're going to let that go for a little bit. So let's just go and check out and see who else has come in. We got Judy Mae Collins. Hello, Judy Mae, and welcome. Anybody got any questions while we're waiting for that to boil? Be more than happy to answer any questions that you may have or any comments. Scratch and Pete's also here. Hello, Scratch and Pete.
Really just Rufus, guys.
It's just Rufus. Leave him alone. They're so infatuated with him. They just keep going over there and licking him. Okay, so when it comes to making your own stir fry, choose the vegetables that your family likes to eat. That's all I have to say. Now, what I have in this bowl are peas, some broccoli, and that's it. Over here, however, I've got a little bit of cilantro. I've got red onion, red bell pepper, and yellow squash, maitake mushrooms. And they've been, the stem has been cut off and they've just been pulled. Maitake mushrooms are delicious and they're delightful. If you like mushrooms, you're going to love these. And what you do is, when you take the base of it off, it looks like a big, fluffy, roughly puffball. That's dark in color, about the size of a portobello mushroom. It could be bigger. I've seen them as big as a dinner plate, but they look like a roughly puffball of sorts. So you just go in and you just peel it apart just to make them a little bit smaller. They're a little bit more delicate than shiitake mushrooms. They have the delicate texture of an oyster mushroom. The flavor is a little bit of a umami flavor to it. It doesn't taste very mushroomy. It does have a body to it as far as on the palate, but not like a shiitake mushroom. Although some people say shiitake mushrooms taste like feet. I'd like to know which feet they've had in their mouth lately. So, hello, Texas Kit Kat. Welcome. So, back to this, we also have a whole bulb of or smoked garlic. And I love this stuff. Oh, this is actually my kitchen. This is actually my kitchen. And it's a 126-year-old farmhouse out in the base of Mount Rainier in this little tiny historic mining and logging town that also was a sandstone quarry as well in the area. It was slated to be the go on, you guys. Will you please just leave the kitty alone? Go, shoo, 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 shoo. It was slated to be the state capital, but then I don't know what the hell happened at that point. Our historian neighbor who lives that way, 3 houses down, had passed away a few years ago. He was the last coal miner in the area. His family had lived here for generations. There's several homes that were owned by this family, and they're just a really cool family. Hey, Mama O. And so it's a tired out old kitchen. I try to deck it out kind of funky like, but you know, it definitely needs some love. I'm thinking maybe if I'm feeling up to it, maybe this summer I'll take the doors down and I'll give them a good paint job. And there goes a pterodactyl. And that's Rocky. He's in the other room. So thank you very much, Cindy, for the super chat. Much appreciated. So yes, this is my kitchen. Now this here, this stainless steel tabletop, we added. This didn't come with the house for obvious reasons. Because I wanted an island, and we were going to do a kitchen remodel about 10 years back, but poo-poo occurred, right? So we never did get around to remodeling the kitchen, but I wanted an island because this kitchen is actually quite large. It's like going this way, it's like 10 feet, and then going this way, it's 15 feet. That's a pretty decent sized kitchen. Of course, you only see this little corner because you guys don't want to see the other side, because right where the camera's sitting is what used to be the window to this old farmhouse. It's no longer a window. It's because the house had been added onto, so we're looking at the sheetrock that that's covering the back side of the windowsill, the actual windowsill, and that's the master bedroom and the media room on the other side, right? So it's not very pretty to look at, so that's why we don't have cameras set up over there. Plus, you know, with this island being as close as it is to the stove, it kind of makes it a little hard to walk around and, you know, step over cables and stuff that's all over the floor for all the cameras and lights and stuff like that. Because this kitchen, this is what kept me from doing a YouTube channel to begin with, was the horrible lighting that we have in this house. But, you know, Timmy has since found some LED strip lights and put them up in there, but still, it's like the diffusers, they need to, I need to get some new diffusers. What the hell is that? Anyway, I have no idea what the hell that is. Anyhow.
The cord.
That's a cord?
Yeah.
Why does it look like a salamander? Anyway, hey, David Bennett, welcome. Long time no see. How's Pam doing? Hope she's doing well. And thank you, Demoose, for the 20. Much appreciated. So that's all I have to say about this old farmhouse. Well, actually, no, there's one last thing. You see over here in this area, see that beautiful brick? That brick extends that way about 8 feet, and there's a fireplace right where Timmy sits. Of course, you can't see it because Timmy's sitting there. But it's a wraparound fireplace. This is what used to heat the house. This area right here, there's a plate up there. I don't know if we can actually see that plate up in the brick, but that's where the pipe used to be. because there used to be what was known as a trash burner, and that was the stove for this kitchen, and it sat right here, and it wasn't, you know, there's a ledge right here, and it comes up, and this thing used to just sit right there on top of it. But this fireplace is just the most gorgeous thing I've ever seen in my life. On the other side is the other side of the fireplace, so it's a wraparound double-sided fireplace, and right here behind the stove, if you look here, that there's a thing right there, right above the microwave. If we pulled that down, we could actually see into the living room. I I suspect that there used to be a door there, but I have not taken that down to see. I want to badly. So that's the story of the house. That's what we're sticking to, and it was built in 1900. Yeah, and I'm still digging up information on it, but I do have a beautiful picture of it of the first family that lived here when it was first built in 1900. And it's hanging up on the wall. One of these days I'll have to pull it down. Hello, my sister! Chef Rustin Gegg is in the house! Woo! Anyway, so back here we got boiling happening, so let's pull this over. Let's take a look at it, see where it's going. It's smelling really good. You can really smell that miso in there. And we're going to mash up those blackberries just a smidgen. We want it to still have some body to it. Let's move Mr. Walk. Walk this way. Hey, there's a pun. Ah, just kidding. Anyway, not kidding. All right. Mashy mashy with the back of the spoon on the back of the, or on the inside wall of the pot. We want to still have some body to it, but keep in mind, you know, nobody really wants big old massive chunks of berries in their cooked berries in their glaze. Now we could strain it later, but you know, I really like the rustic aesthetic that it lends, so I just kind of leave it the way it is. But I will give it a mashy mash here and there, but be very careful. It's very hot, but at the same time, it can also ruin your day as far as your wardrobe is concerned. So if you're worried about your wardrobe, wear a crappy shirt, wear an apron, and just be careful. Don't go splashing it all over the place. You don't have to be aggressive with it. It's a sauce, not a punching bag. Don't get aggressive with it. Excuse me. So yesterday was like 74 degrees. Today was like, I don't even think we even hit 52. So it's kind of cold here in the Pacific Northwest today. All right. Oh, I had a little chunk of miso there. Now we want to add just a little smidge of honey as well. This is going to help to act as a thickener. I want to get rid of the rest of this honey. The honey in stores is just not nearly as good as the stuff that you get that's fresh off the farm. I think Jerry Butler's planning on a pretty good season for honey this year. We will soon see. Stuff is good. Okay, and it never goes bad. It might crystallize. That's easy to deal with. You just put it put the honey bear or whatever into a pan of hot water and just let it sit and warm back up, and it'll be just as right as rain. Okay, there we go. It is a little on the thick side, starting to get thick. So we're going to actually reduce the temperature down to a 4. Let's pull Mr. Wok right back over here. We're going to check our rice. Got a little pot of rice. Yes, the rice is doing well. So we're actually going to turn the rice off. We're going to turn this on right there like so. Pop on over here. I'm going to take a gander. Let's see here. My tablet keeps going to sleep. All right. Bring that over here. So now we're going to get this nice and warm, and we just need some oil. I just got a really cool organizer thing for this corner over here, because I will admit I'm the worst at, keeping things put away in cabinets. All right, we're going to use some olive oil, but at the same time we want a little bit of sesame. We don't want too much sesame oil. We want just enough. So just waiting for this to get nice and warm. So how's everybody's hump day going so far? You looking forward to the weekend? I'm looking forward to the weekend. Just looking forward to a different day. Hoping that the weather's going to be nicer. All right, let's take a pokey at our meat here. Our meat's been sitting for about 10 minutes, maybe 15 tops. And give it a little bit of a turn. Hey, Ralph. And hey, Mona. Welcome. So, for those that just come in, this is country style pork spare ribs. It's been cut up into little chunks. It's boneless. We put a little bit of soy sauce in there and a little bit of Thai paste and ginger paste. That's made by Gourmet Gardens. Hey, Joey. Welcome. I hope bowling's been doing well. I haven't been in your channel in a while. I'm so sorry. Hurt my shoulder, so it's like watching bowling kind of just makes me feel really kind of sad. So I've been just kind of staying away a little bit. Thai paste and ginger paste. These are made by Gourmet Garden. Just squeeze a little bit out and then throw the tube into the freezer when you're all done. Don't get caught poking your meat live. Well, you know what, Demoose? My meat is on good speaking terms with my left hand. Look at that. Just going to move it all around. Move it around some more. That's doing quite well. All right. Ha! Yay. All right, we got a pan that's smoking. So we're going to want to add some oil. But also at the same time, this is really bubbling really good. So bubble, bubble, toil, and trouble. We're going to give it a little bit of a stir. And just let it continue on its journey. White dogs and blackberry glaze do not mix. Will you please go away, Dory? Okay, so we want a pretty good amount of oil in there. Just enough to, give a good dose of it at the bottom of the pan. And then we're going to drizzle some of this all along there. This is a carbon steel pan, so it's got some enamel coating, so it's going to be good. But keep in mind, the hot oil, what happens when you have hot oil and you drop something kind of damp and kind of cold into it? It's going to pop and crackle and going to cause you all sorts of grief. So with that in mind, move the electronics out of the way. And we're going to just pick these up. We're going to just, yeah, see, I don't know if you can hear that. Let's see. It's a pretty good sizzle, right? Just drop a few at a time, okay? You don't want to drop them in there too aggressively because you don't want that oil to splash back at you. I'm going to save this for tomorrow. Alright. Now, unfortunately I can't show you any really crazy wok moves for obvious reasons. So we're just going to have to use a spoon to move this stuff around. So, I'm going to throw my stuff in the garbage if I can reach it. All right. If you're thinking you need a wok, yes, Tiger, you need a wok. This one I got at the Goodwill. It still had a label or a tag on it. I got it for $14 and some change. And now that I think about it, I think I actually got it for even cheaper than that. Oh, and I also got the garlic chili, crispy chili in there also. While we let it sit and relax and get happy in its marinade, and massaged it a little bit. But now we have to wait for the wok to heat up in temperature. You know, woks are ideal if you have a gas stove, whether it's natural gas or propane, because you can get it to heat up a lot better. But this one here is actually a pretty good one. I've had it for about 6 years now. It's just starting to show some wear and tear, but it's held up pretty well. I'm pretty happy with the way that it's held up. And everybody, yeah, chili crisp seems to be like the thing right now. Used to be sriracha, or as other people would call it, cock sauce. That used to be a thing. Now it's not so much a thing. Seems like now it's chili crisp is being the thing, and you know, foods trend in and out. I'm kind of thankful that black garlic is starting to die down. You don't see it that often on menus anymore. Featured as a featured ingredient in a dish. It's like everybody was using black garlic for every damn thing, and it was driving me absolutely freaking bonkers. You want to walk and we'll walk. Okay, Eddie. Alright. Yes, it does have more body and it's less saucy. It's also a little bit more versatile in that you can take some of the chili crisp, you know, even if you get a little smidge of oil in there, you can toss your popcorn with some chili crisp and, you know, with your salt and butter, and it's quite delicious that way. So there's always that. Whereas, you know, black garlic, it had to be dehydrated and that wasn't much fun. Alright, I got one piece just a little too big. Okay, so we want to make sure that this is cooked down to about a medium. Electric stoves are not very good at trying to get a sear on there, so I might end up pulling out the cast iron pan to finish it. We'll soon see. Laughing your ass off. The sauce with the rooster on it. Cock sauce. Yes, it's cock sauce. Cock sauce. Say it with me, cock sauce. A little dab will do ya with the cock sauce. A lot of people that are addicted to the cock sauce, you know. Like, put that stuff on it everywhere, you know. Probably, I wouldn't be surprised if they have a frickin' cologne. Cock sauce. It's because it's got a rooster on a bottle. And in the restaurant, when I was working in a restaurant, cooks always called it cock sauce. I think part of it was because sriracha might be a little too difficult for some people, you know? Because, you know, the way sriracha is spelled, you would think it would be sriracha or something like that. Hey, Winstone! What did you walk in on? We're talking about cock sauce. Do you like cock sauce, Winstone? Are you a fan of the cock sauce, Winstone? Yeah, just any ordinary day at Civvy's. We're walking and we're stirring. We're gonna go and check our sauce. Just give it a little stir, make sure it's not sticking to the bottom of the pan. And try to get a little bit of browning on that meat. you're buying it just for the name now. You know, it's kind of funny because they got a hoodie. They've got a hoodie with the Cock Sauce logo on it, and there's a whole bunch of merch just for the Cock Sauce. So if you're all about the Cock Sauce and you need a Cock Sauce merch, go check it out. It's all over just about every frickin' major reseller of stuff. And if you typed in Sriracha merchandise, you'd find it. And for those that don't know how to spell it, it's Cocksauce. I mean Sriracha, Sriracha, Sriracha. There'll be a quiz later. Tiger's like, he's like doing everything he can to keep from having to text me. Okay, you could stop saying cock now. Oh my gosh. So, I would not hit you with the wok, Eddie. I would not do that. I don't resort to violence. Unless violence is the last resort. And something tells me that you're just not one of those types of people that chooses violence. Except for in Call of Duty, of course. Alright. So now I'm saying that our meat is probably sitting at a medium. Give our veggie or our glaze a good stirry stir. Alright. So I'm gonna grab my box and bring Mr. Box over here. Boxes and cocks. God dang. This is going so wrong on so many levels. Alright. So when we're adding stuff to stir fry, we want to put the hardest vegetable in first, which a lot of these are softer. We do want to try to get a little bit of crispiness on those maitake mushrooms because that's going to bring out the flavor when they're a little bit on the crispy side. So we're going to stir those in with our meat. What?
Nothing.
Oh. Hey, somebody really. Long time no see. Welcome. Alright. Here's our mushrooms. I feel like I need more mushrooms. Alright, let's give it some onion. But we're not going to add all the onion because we want the flavor of the onion, just not all of it in there. Now our sauce is doing pretty good. It's starting to reduce a little bit. Give it a stirry stir, make sure nothing is sticking on the bottom, because the closer it gets to reducing, the more often you want to give that a stirry stir. Now, I have a sneaking suspicion I'm going to definitely need my cast iron. What I need is a big cast iron wok and one of those outdoor wok burners. Although, you know, the butterball, you know, the thing that the turkey fryers actually works really good for that too. So, when I get around to building an outdoor kitchen, I think I'm going to definitely do that. You've never seen a pork stir fry? No. The Philippines is a pork-centric country. In the areas where it's not, where there's more Filipinos than there are Muslims, like up in the north. So there's a lot of pork is served in a lot of meals, and stir fries are done quite frequently there. These, you know, as well as, you know, like pork adobos, which are braised in vinegar and onion and garlic and so on and so on. But pork stir fry is actually quite good. You want to get also some of that fat to render as well. We're just going to wait this out for just a moment. Turn that up a little bit. I might have to turn that on because I have a feeling that I'm going to be setting off the smoke detector. Alright, one more stirry stir. Check the spoon. Dip the spoon in there. And then draw a line. And see just where we are. And it's starting to close up the gap a little bit so we're not to that sweet spot. Oh, it does taste delicious though. Just tastes absolutely divine. Text didn't send to Simon?
Yeah, it's in our text everything.
Oh. Hi, Simon! And we're having a little bit of a problem with our Wi-Fi out here today. It's like I had to, you know, go and resend text messages all day today. Alright, so there we have it. It's delightful. We are going to drain off a little bit of this. I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I'm going to have to. Okay. Because some of that oil is also, you know, the juices from the pork, so that will help. There we go. You don't want to throw that out though. Alright. Oh, hey there, Jean, aka Meritage. Welcome. We're stir frying pork. We've got a blackberry miso glaze on the back burner. It does, when I did take a little dip of it, it did taste like it needed just a little smidgen more of miso. So I'm gonna actually bump the miso just a little bit. Usually a little bit goes a long way, but this is white miso paste, so it's a little bit more delicate than the green. So we're going to drop that in there. And now give it a stirry stir. That'll start to loosen up and get jiggy. We got a lot of stuff happening with this one. Let's pull this one closer to us. Mash up that miso. Mash up a little bit more of the blackberry. This will have a nice, beautiful aroma here just shortly. Now, one of the things about Asian food is you have to be very careful with seasonings. A lot of the seasoning packets that you buy in the stores may have star anise in it to help give it that fragrance. It's very toxic to dogs. So you want to just be well aware of that. If you're going to feed your dog human food, you know, this would be a good time to pull out a couple chunks for your dog and then go and deck out your meal as you want to. I'm not putting any in. There are quite a lot of really cool ones that are just, you know, spice packets that are actually quite affordable. And the reason why I'm saying, you know, those are great to have is that, you know, if you saw my spice cupboard, you would understand why I'm a fan of packets, because not everybody has the ability to go and buy jars upon jars upon jars of seasonings and keeping them for forever, right? So those, you know, $2 or $5 packets actually gives you what you need as far as all the flavors go, and you just, you know, doctor it up a little bit as to taste. That way you're not polluting your cupboard with 50 gazillion things. That's why there's a whole bunch of stuff all over my back counter here, is because they all don't fit up there. Every time I open up the cupboard, I have to, like, you know, kind of dodge it a little bit, because I'm always afraid that, you know, something's going to fly out and attack me. Okay, bell peppers. And now we're going to add that, our yellow squash. And our broccoli and peas are going in. We want to hold off on that red onion because we want the color to be retained, because the longer that you cook a red onion, the more that color fades. So you want to just kind of add that as we're getting closer to serving, even though you're not going to really see it all too well because it's going to be covered up in that glaze, right? So here we go. Stirry stir. Let everything kind of mingle and get ready for the party. Now, if need be, if your stuff has absorbed, you saved a little bit of that, we could just pour a little smidge back in, just like so. Tossy, tossy, tossy. Because remember, we gave it a dry rub of a bunch of stuff. So it's going to carry on some of that flavor back into the food. So just drizzle a little bit in, a little at a time as needed. Now if you want, you can also dredge your meat in flour or cornstarch or arrowroot or potato starch, whichever, just to give it a more of a crispy effect if you want, or just leave it as it is. I just leave it as it is because I'm trying to avoid a lot of gluten. As I finally got my eczema under control. It's kind of funny because I had a steroid injection in my shoulder about a month ago, right? Didn't do anything for my shoulder, but man, it's like my skin has not been this clear in a long time in the areas where I've been affected by eczema. So go figure. I told that to my doctor, and he just looked at me like, "You're such a weirdo." He didn't say I'm a weirdo, but you could see it in his eyes. You want to say you are a freaking weirdo. And just a little splash more. Now if you want to add more chili crisp in there, you definitely can. Chili crisp was not all that hot, in my opinion, but you can never be too careful when it comes to Timmy, because one of the horrible side effects to diabetes is that you can end up with what's known as gastroparesis, where part of your digestive system is paralyzed and can't push your food down and move your food. So your food basically just sits in your stomach and just kind of ferments, and then next thing you know, you're in horrible pain and you got a lot of gas built up. Okay, so we got stickage in there, which is telling me that our sauce is ready to get turned off. We're going to pull it closer to us so we can take a look at it. But it's too smoky, not smoky, but too steamy right now. We're going to let it rest for a hot minute. And we don't have much liquid in the bottom of the pan, which is a good thing. Now that we're close, and check your broccoli. Now stir fries, the vegetables are not going to be overly cooked. They're supposed to have some crispiness to it. We're going to add all that garlic in there because we need that garlic. Garlic is what helps to make this dish say, "Hello, I'm a delightful dish. You're going to love me." Alright. So, I need some more Thai paste. I'm going to put just a little smidge more Thai paste in there. And a little smidge more of the ginger paste in there. Another tablespoon each. Or somewhere thereabouts. Turn my tablet back on. One of the things I hate about Crapples is that the power saving settings are just horrific. Okay, there we go. And we're done with this box. Pop my, oops. Oh, oh! I almost dumped poor Emily, who accidentally dumped poor Cindy yesterday. I think it was Cindy. No, it was Minty Cactus. That's who it was. Hey, Ed. Welcome. We're doing a pork stir fry, and this is pork with vegetables, and we're just now incorporating that smoked garlic into it. And now we got that all going. This is where all the magic happens. See this beautiful blackberry glaze. Stir it a little bit more. Now, if you don't like the seeds in there, you can definitely strain it out. But look at that. Can't really see it too well because this is a dark spoon, but that's not going anywhere. That's going to be freaking glorious. And what's going to happen is the sugars are going to kind of attach to that, and while we stir it around, that heat is going to hit it, and it should get caramelized all nice and pretty, right? We're only going to put just a little smidge of it on there for right now and see where we're at. Because you can always add more, you can't subtract necessarily. Who has the nice dumpers? Send a little bit FedEx. I wish I could. Alright, so I'm seeing some big chunks of blackberry in there. Gaga, Emily? Chef Roastin' Gag. But although Gaga does sound good. Because she's a shit, man. She is a shit. Gotta show some love to Chef Roastin' Gag. Hey there, Steve! What's happening? And welcome. And hi, Oyster Toad. Thank you guys for the love. Muchos gracias. We're doing a pork stir fry with a blackberry miso glaze, and we just put some of the glaze in there, but not too much because we want to see what happens, because a little bit goes a long way. As you can see, it's got that nice beautiful color. It's gonna be glorious. We just might add some more smoking and garlic. Much love. Yes, much love to you, Oyster Toad. Molasses. I love molasses. Okay, there we have it. Look at that. Now, we're gonna need the rest. We're gonna just dump the rest in there. Because it's saying, oh, come on! Don't hold back on me! Don't hold back, you cheap ass bastard. Give me all the sauce. I want all the sauce. All the sauce. All the sauce. There we go. We want to look like a bloody train wreck. Alright, there we have it. Oops. Oh my god, I got it all over my shirt. Hashtag rip shirt. I'm going to have to get on a 32 degrees and look for a new one. Okay. I love this shirt. It's fuzzy. It's like a micro fleece. Okay. I'm going to let that catch up and get happy. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I love it. Loving it, loving it, loving it. Now, this can go one of two ways. You can either put it on in a bowl or you can put it on a plate, whichever you want. Me, I personally like bowls. Alright. Stir it a little bit more. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? It's really tying the room together. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh freaking yeah. Alright. So let's start with the rice. Grab my phone over here. Bring it on over here. Let's talk about rice. This is not cooked in a rice cooker. Why? Because I'm Filipino. I should know how to cook rice in a pot. You don't need a fancy rice cooker to cook rice. All you have to do is just put your rice in there, rinse. You're going to give it a rinse out and soak it a little bit and just, agitate it and drain it out a few times, about 5 times. And then you're going to put the rice into the pot, and then you're going to take your pinky. You see your pinky right there? You know how you, let's go up to the upstairs camera. So if you look at the underside of your pinky, right, you got a line right there where the joint is, and then you got a line right there where the joint is. You get your rice all nice and laid out nice and flat in the pan. You take your pinky finger and you set the tip of your pinky right on top of the uncooked rice, and you gently pour water over the top of it, right, until it reaches that second line on your pinky finger, the water, that is. Don't agitate the rice too much because you need to be able to make sure that you're putting in the right amount of water to rice, right? Or just eyeball it on the side. Say, oh, there's my imaginary line on my pinky, so therefore that's where I need to fill it to. And then you get it to boil, turn it down to very low, and cap it, and forget about it for about a half hour. Okay, that's all you need. You don't need a fancy appliance to cook rice. So. What if you don't have a pinky? You got a pinky. Simon, I know you have a pinky. You're just being cheeky now. Smart ass. Love you, Simon. If you don't have a pinky, just kind of guess that it's going to be about an inch above the rice in the pot, okay? All right, so pot's going to be very hot. I'm going to put your rice in there, just like so. Or put your rice on a plate, just like so. I'd put it like right there, kind of offset from the middle. Not quite middle, but not quite off to one side, because you know you want to have a lot of your stuff on the over the top of the rice. So, and then when you're setting the rice aside, if you use one of these cast iron, these enameled cast irons. The nice thing about it is that it'll stay warm longer. That's why I like to use enameled cast iron for that sort of thing. Okay, let's get the phone out of the way because I'm now over here looking at that, and go over here, take a look at that right there, see where we're at. All right, so look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Just freaking beautiful. And the smell, oh my god, it just, you can smell all those umami scents to it. Then you get hit with a little tiny smidge of that ginger, and then that blackberry with the balsamic and the sugar cane vinegar. Divine, okay? Just absolutely divine. So now we want to get a good chunk of that right there on top of the rice, just like so. And some falls over. It's okay, because, you know, a little bit of chaos in your plate and bowl is a happy chaos. Starting to sound like Bob Ross. A little bit of happy chaos, except for I don't like the fact that I just nerfed it right there. But anyway, so, you know, get it on there. Just, you know, get a little bit of that sauce over the top of the rice. A little bit more pork, just like so. Put it back over here. Right where I nerfed it. There we have it. You know, I did not see any decent looking green onion. Green onion would be a nice garnish for this. I'm not going to put this on Timmy's because Timmy doesn't like wasabi peas because they're too crunchy. But wasabi peas, you can sprinkle some of those on there. I'll also add furikake. Furikake and cock sauce. That just sounds so wrong on so many levels. Furikake. We'll sprinkle here. We'll do it here and there, and it's a little on the oily side. Let's dab a little bit of that oil up. There we go. Kind of wish I had one of those ShamWows. Remember those? There we go. You can also garnish with some peanuts. And there we have it. Munchy Mafia. We got a miso glazed country style pork spare ribs. Come on, turn on. There we go. I'm gonna give it a tasty taste just to make sure that I don't have to DoorDash for Timmy. I'm not gonna have to because it's pork. Not like I'm feeding him a century egg. Oh. That flavor is just divine. Pork is very soft and supple. It's so good. Hey, Simply Jan Homestead. It's in the house. Hello, Jan. And welcome. Yeah, that's delightful. So, give this one a try. I think you guys are going to really like this. It's just a little bits of this and that and everything. Wow. That miso really brings out the flavor of those blackberries. Oh yeah. And I can taste the sesame oil. It's really delightful. All right. So, Munchy Mafia. It is 7 o'clock, and promised myself that I would try to go to bed a little bit earlier. Not been sleeping very well lately, so and then on top of all of it, Timmy does need to eat. This is a really good meal for if you are looking to incorporate more vegetables into your diet, because you can actually put more vegetables than meat, because things are so expensive these days. It's just ridiculous how expensive things are. I remember being able to buy a big packet of country style pork spare ribs that's boneless, that was cut up into little chunks, or even big chunks. I remember being able to get a package of those for, under $10, and it's like, the prices just keep going up and up and up and up. So if pork is a little out of your budget as well, you can do other things. You can definitely do tofu. I would fry those in a cast iron pan and marinate it first in the same kind of marinade, and then give it a fry on all the sides. Set it aside and stir fry your vegetables, and then add your cubed up tofu into it. So, anyway, it has been wonderful to hang out with y'all. Thank you all so much for all the super chats. And our memberships start at $1.99. We only have 2 memberships. We don't have any content over there on the members only side, but you do get to watch videos before everybody else does. And our coffee mugs. In case you didn't see last week, a few weeks ago we did the Blackstone challenge, and this is the official Ed's Pants Are Burnin' mug, one of 2 different cups. These are limited edition. They're only supposed to have 29 printed, and mine's not numbered for a reason, because I shouldn't have to account for the 29. But the graphic on there is the witch, Simon, his wheelchair, lost a wheel. The wheel's on fire right here in the center of the cup. Brian from Have Fun in Nature is tripping, and Whistle Stop Homestead is carrying a live chicken that he was chasing across the yard in the song. and he ultimately caught it, and now he's running around all over the place, chaos, and I think he's trying to save the chicken. I don't know. And it has all of our logos on there. You can find these on Jamie's store. Devil Dog's Keeper Jamie is the one that's printing these. She's done a great, fantastic job. And the other one is the Cook Along with Chef Civvy, Jerry, and Eddie. And it's just a very basic mug that's wraparound. It's got the gingham tablecloth, and it's just cute. Something to have. So if you need a new favorite mug, we've got two, and also a third one, because part 2 of this graphic is the end of the song, where Brian gets eaten by an alligator. And that's on the second coffee mug. So I don't know if anybody's got the link to her store that could post her store link. It'd be great if somebody could do that. So we will see you all on Sunday at 6 p.m. We're going to be doing chicken pot pies. That's Emily's special request. We do take special requests. It just might take us a while to get around to it. So drop me an email if you're interested in putting in a special request. So with that in mind, I hate to say goodbye. So let's just say a fond good night and a sad little toodaloo for now. And don't forget, cook with love and eat with passion. Thank you all so much for coming. Have a great night.
Well, Munchie Mafia, it is that time. We really hate saying goodbye. So let's just say a fine good night, or even a sad little toodaloo. Perhaps even until next time, maybe even a ta-ta for now. We'll be here on Off Topic Squirrel, because Bucci needs love too. Hey. It's been really fun with all our friends, no matter if you're old or you're new. So before you let that door slam behind you, follow that like button lovingly and go back to your life as it were before you hit that play button on YouTube. If you haven't yet subscribed to Munchie Mafia Official, now is that time, what's stopping you? Since you're still here on YouTube, please visit Brandon. He can often be found cooking in his kitchen or out on the YouTube streets, where he's joining a variety of discussion panels. He is a professional cook down in the state of Florida. Subscribe to Brandon of Palm Beach today. Thanks for coming in. Please remember, as you are in your very own kitchen and cooking for your family, community, and friends, to always cook with love and always eat with passion, unless it has Twizzlers in it. Whoever suggested that is going to hell. As Chef CV said, stir up some magic. Whiskey, and a little mischief. Bake a little mystery with the spinning wheel of misfortune. We really hate saying goodbye, so let's just say a fond good night, or even a sad little toodaloo. Perhaps even until next time, maybe even a ta-ta for now. We'll be here or on Off Topic Squirrel, because Bucci needs love too. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Bucci.
No, that's Gary's job.
He
Gary
still
has to tell
hasn't.
everybody. That's
He
Gary's
still
job.
hasn't went and looked for the dip squawker. She just spit out all over.
That's wine. That's the wine she's spitting out. She's waiting. That's alcohol abuse.
Oh. Oh.
You could see it come out.